Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Ready to be 100% news?
I'm ready.
Final Ale House meet from they're gonna close, and pretty much have every good person here. So let's walk around and actually meet them. Actually, 20 minutes ago. We need to see their cars first. So I'm gonna have. This is Brian.
Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I thought I did. Yeah, okay, sure. Sure.
He climbed that tree over there.
Yeah, or one of those trees. And you put it in. Where's Mr.
Estevez. Mr. Estevez, yeah.
Oh, either of them. The tracks are really fun, like multi-level,
Yeah, he has a huge number of
It's a Land Cruiser. It goes over everything. It does not suck. It's got a proper motor in it.
It holds children very well.
It holds children. It climbs over everything. It has LS power, which is one thing my 240 never got. Plain sad. And well, you love it. Exactly.
He's gone from the Nissan 240 to the Toyota. So fantastic. You know, life changes. So we're gonna move down this way. Just record probably some of these random cars over here. It'll be good. It'll be good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do the entire circle, the giant circle meet. I love how this camera just continues to reset. So as soon as I reset that,
So the guy claims it's like full
Thursday night meets
What kind of exercise is that?
5.5
So, Friday night meets are usually the good ones.
19 to 5.30?
Yeah, some days they stop, some days they're dead. This is actually good.
I saw him right there.
Oh yeah, the Capri.
oh, that's right.
That'd be my first week. I can never fucking think of it. There's some cool cars. Over and over.
I'll probably stand over there by Paul.
I don't know who Paul is.
He's the tall guy with the shirt, the striped shirt.
Yep.
Hey. And then from there, I'll just basically.
Do you want me to stand like next to you, or how do you want to do it?
Sure. Actually, yeah.
All right.
We'll just go around and.
All right.
What is Sav doing?
The little cool dialogues are notoriously. So you know all the air conditioning guys. All the way through the
He's got a hello from Germany.
Hello from Germany?
Yeah.
Oh, good deal.
You call this meeting. I say, some of our oldest members here. But first, what we need to do, we need a speech from the president. Who's the president? There's only one president here tonight. Oh, actually, no. Mr. Estevez, the founding father. He's the Marlon Brando of the meeting.
Pass the baton to the guy who's running the show now. Oh, is that sad?
That ended sometime 11 years ago. You know, the FBI flies in. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, you've all heard this before. You recall the circle. The circle. So, remember, see, we got people meeting each other. We're going to need to spread this out. And I think back in the day, we used to use a certain tool to spread this out. Remember? I believe it was a speculum. Yeah, just spread out. Ladies and gentlemen, you all need to join in. You all down there. Come on,
We ain't gonna fit in the thickest circle, dude.
This is gonna be an oval.
It's gonna be a big ass thickest circle.
we gotta like increase the current by a large vacuum.
I can sell you pills for that.
Where's the Camaro? Where's David Camaro?
About 7:30. I have to go to the
Here. Join in. You guys are new. Welcome.
Dave Jenny got a Camaro.
First, potentially last time that this will actually ever happen. So, all right. I think we're good. We got Pete Donovan. All right. So, welcome to. Where's Bodie? Where's my Bodie? Where's my Bodie?
Over there.
Mr. Bodie, join us. Let's hold up what we just made today. Charles, do you have a copy? Welcome to International Motorsports.
Nice.
So we're going to begin by telling, I know you probably all want to drive and go nuts, but
One cardinal rule is don't be a dumbass.
Now it's important to note that way back in the day when our OG, one of the co-founders, Mr. Paul Estevez, right here, this is the reason why there's a Thursday meet. And it's on Thursday. You want to tell us why it occurred on Thursday?
Actually, if I remember correctly, it was the only day that we weren't busy watching TV. Yeah, it was friends.
I seem to remember ER was on.
Yeah, that's right.
And your lovely fiance, who is now your wife, had to watch it religiously. So you needed something to fill the 9 or 10 o'clock George Clooney spot, because From Dusk Till Dawn can only go so far. But ER was on, and you said, let's go ahead and try to create a car meet, and that occurred after racing.
So this other guy, and I crossed paths on, what was it, 20th Street maybe? Which one of the rooms over there by the movie theater?
It could have been 20th, Newberry.
So we gave each other the look, and that prompted a sudden, unplanned display of speed, let's call it. And shortly after, we pulled over and said, "Man, you got a nice car." And the other guy said, "Man, you got a nice car." We said, "You know what? There's a lot of nice cars in Gainesville. Why don't we get together and find out how everybody does this thing and see if we can get together and have some fun." So that's what started this whole thing.
What were you driving?
4 of us. I had a 1995 Mitsubishi, turbo Mitsubishi, front-wheel drive.
And the other guy had a third-gen Supra,
So I got a Supra.
which I don't know if we have any third-gen owners here. Do we? And we have a few fourth-gen owners, perhaps. No? So then it proceeded to, let's see, if you're really OG, raise your hand. Like we're talking 20 years.
Oh. Can I get like a picture?
These guys. All right. So we're gonna get one, but let's start over here. What's your name?
Carlos,
And what do you drive still?
what I drive a GNC pickup truck. And I just put my car back on the street about a month ago. It's an 85 Monte Carlo SS.
All right.
Runs nice and put them on.
Very consistent drag racer.
On pump gas.
There you go. 93.
No, not 93, but it's still pump gas.
Oh. Okay, so it's gas that came out of the pump. Okay.
85, but it's still from the pump.
Chris?
Hi, still drive the 928. I've had for about 10 years, but my best memory is the very first night I came out here. Probably it was around 98. Pulling through the parking lot, and this circle was here, and I was too shy to actually stop. And I get all the way out to the overpass, and my wife says, "Just go back and talk to those guys, because you know you're gonna like them." And I'm like, fine. So we turn around, come back, and I met Sav. Sav introduced me to Paul, and it started what became a Thursday night ritual for probably 15 years. So
97, I think.
97. So anyway, great times, glad to be here, glad to see this.
And Azuski?
I don't even know how. So a bunch of Mustang guys used to meet at Steak and Shake off of 16th Ave and 13th. And we would go there every Friday night. Well, those guys were all smart except for me, and they graduated and moved on. So I was looking for a crowd to hang out with, and then one night I came upon this on a Thursday night, and I was driving at that time, I think I had the Celine, right? So I had an 89 Celine that was black. Did what, 12.8 at 119, is that right?
12.2.
12.2, that's right, on 225 street tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 1996.
That is fast, ladies and gentlemen, for that time.
Yeah. And then Sad got to experience the interstate ride on that car, so it was pretty cool.
We actually both had mutual interstate rides. They were on and off ramps at Archer Road.
Yep.
Me and a 108-mile-an-hour Talon, but all-wheel drive.
I remember one of those rides.
All-wheel drive.
Yeah. A bunch of sparks behind.
No, that was another one. That was your car, not mine.
I know.
Anyway, extremely fast car.
Yeah, that car is still doing good, but it belongs to somebody else. I haven't been back out here. I don't know, dude.
Since you bought a Cobra.
Yeah, so I've got another Cobra. The last time I was out here, I had another Cobra. I had a 351 Windsor Cobra, and that's been gone, and I've been out of cars for 12 years. Got into motorcycles pretty heavy, still doing that. But I found another Cobra, so I've got a 2003 Terminator that's putting down 598 at the rear wheel when it works. So, yeah, it's pretty nice.
And now, if I can remember correct, we got two people across from each other wearing red and blue. One is Baron, and the other is Sean. And Sean is really old school. I haven't seen this guy in 20 years.
That, really old school.
Yeah.
He had a probe. Now, it was the nicest probe you had ever seen in your life.
It's not a fast story. But I was all about car audio at the time. And went to Safari Audio. You guys, anybody remember Safari Audio?
Oh, yeah. Safari Audio.
So I went to Safari Audio and did some SPL contests and met Brad. And this was in '97. And he told me about Paul and Anil and this gathering. And I thought, I'll check it out. So I came over here with my quote-unquote sports car. And got to meet a bunch of engaged enthusiasts like you all. And made some lifetime friends. And it's great to see us all come back together for one big show.
You look exactly the same.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
You know, there are a lot of vampires here, by the way, Mark. I mean, I think we're all vampires. We've all done well in terms of it's all that adrenaline on Thursday night that kept us healthy. You know, those glands are working overtime. So Baron was one of the first drivers to officially scare the crap out of us by taking... Does my shirt say always drive the race line? Yeah. It does. He used to drive the race line at Ocala next to the wall within inches. And I remember we used to freak out that he was just going to like clip a mirror. But he came out of the car, and I think one day you just said, there's track there, I'm going to use it.
My big spiel was always trying to make sure that we tried to get it on actual tracks, and we had a lot of success with that, and I think that was a great thing. So I really enjoyed especially our track visits.
Incredible. Should we make room for the Supra? That's the thing to do, right? You might want to park the ways, park for the red seat for the red Supra. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Isa. Okay.
Oh, no,
all right. All right, so am I missing anybody else who's like really old OG? Like really old OG?
You got the Bodie brothers.
The Bodie brothers, you guys are originals. Of course, so let's point out that there was a transition from simply riding in vehicles behind target at 100 for the first time in T25 GST, which I thought was the fastest shit in the world. But it was a huge. I mean, we can look back in hindsight and realize we all had errors. But it was freaking fast at the time. And then we started actually going on drives because there was kind of a rule, no major shenanigans in and around the whole area. But that changed when this gentleman right here became the president of the actual UF Sports Club. We became official and we did more illegal shit. I said, I'm going to say, I think you were the president prior. Who was president after the president? Someone was president prior for a very short period of time. It was either Brian Weaver or was Patrick? Yeah, Patrick Belch. Patrick. Yeah. And he was, what, graduating or leaving? Yeah, everybody pretty much, yeah. I kind of do drifts and then they leave.
Yeah, you got money from the university.
Yeah, you know, Narc never told us, he never actually got any good. They bought us helmets. They bought us helmets. Yeah, I had to do a budget. Yeah. It was bullshit. Yeah, it was terrible. I tried to get Narc here. Narc was the official treasurer. Yeah. So yeah, I did the same thing as Chris. I kind of pulled up and sort of hung out in the shadows until they said, you know, Patrick, I guess, was leaving. They need a president. I'm like, well, I'm a UF student. I can fill out paperwork, you know, and I'll do this. And then it got stupid from there. It was way shorter than that. You were like, dude, I'll do it. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. So that's continued, and then that's when the sort of era of the lunacy began, which was documented in a few different movies. And the rest of you all sort of floated around, and we're all here at some point, including many people such as Samuel Glazer, Scott Bruce and his son Holden, Michael Hines, the Bodie brothers. You guys were here too. Steve, Kelly, Wes, of course. Niall. Ken showed up a little bit later, actually. Where's Ken? He's back there. Is he eating Gainesville? Where's Ken? Ken Fang! Why are you not in the circle? You guys, bring that Camaro over here and come introduce yourselves, because we need to, you know, organize.
Sav, we got one more regional.
Holy shit! How you doing? It is Albert. It is Albert. So this is also an extreme OG right here. This guy had an RX-7, like a, what was it, FB? Dude, it's really old school RX-7. And you used to just drift it in the rain. It was like incredibly, there's Buenos, and autocrosses, everything.
And then the Viper, then we spun it out right here.
The first time there was officially lunacy in Gainesville was on University Avenue in front of, you know what, the stadium. But then we had the UFB with you and all the old school guys. You were there with the Vento, and you were there too in the Acura.
Yep.
I posted a picture of it recently. He pulled out in this guy Vincent's Viper RT10. You know, all of you guys are familiar with, I think, VJ's Viper, right? Like VJ, raise your hand. So, you know, VJ's old school as well. But this guy had an old school RT10. And we just dumped the clutch from North-South Drive and did a few tank slappers right in front of, what was it, Purple Porpoise? KOM right there. And this guy put it around backwards in a couple of pirouettes right in the middle of University Avenue and just kept going. And I thought that was like crazy, but nowadays, you know, it's just what we do. So let's go on to, since we're segueing into Vipers, let's talk about the modern day parts slingers. Mr. Conti right there from Real Street, and of course VJ, Old Brown Magic.
Old Brown Magic.
It's 2018, we can't get it.
It's true, it is 2018. I am debating uploading the duck video. I'm just fair warning for all of you. I had nothing to do with it. Unfortunately, Lewis couldn't be here. Lewis, you all would... he's ruling some small country in Europe. He is crusading right now. Across Poland, most likely. So, anyway, you should all realize that DJ has recently purchased my old Talon, my old black Talon, to add to the stable of other...
Before I came here to this club way back in the day, I actually didn't have a car in college, and then ever since I joined this club, it's been one bad decision after another. It's continuing on into my adult life, and just not good. So I like to see that other folks have escaped that, like Ryan. He's got a Land Cruiser, and I think I need to get one of those.
That's real fucking practical.
Yeah.
You could tow your race car.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know, it's not as bad of a decision as Baron pointed out, having a legacy that was on fire. So there, let's get some Euro representation. There's Perry. He is new. Perry runs the Swamp Euros meet and is keeping it real with all the Euros, which actually Ken used to do right around 2008, 2007. Used to do, what was it, Maestro? And adjacent to him is Vito. He's a wonderful, how can I describe it? Just tell us about your claim to fame.
Oh, just like being a greasy Italian. Haynes Prairie. Yeah, that was a good time.
That's the guy that opened the career.
Yeah, that's right.
See, Iron Chef remembers. No, I don't. Iron Chef and Glazer. Let's get my cellmate over here and my almost cellmate. One of my other cellmates couldn't be here. Mr. Glazer and Mr. Parita both know the days of racing on the prairie, was it, I guess? And Vito basically going off, you know, spectacularly with some GTO light. And we had never actually seen a GTO.
I almost didn't see one for a while.
So that was, I mean, that was good. There are dozens of other good stories. I mean, Brian has got a great Ocala story at McCullough. He's got the T-shirt.
Right outside the track.
I think we've all repped outside of the track. Speaking of, I hate to put you on blast, but this man is the new generation of, he keeps the fire alive. And to put it in perspective, how difficult is it to put, you ever seen the Blues Brothers? You ever seen when like the cops are in the mall sliding on their roof upside down? There's a great John Hughes shot, I think, when they're just like screaming.
He was inverted.
Yeah, he was inverted. He was basically a 5G, negative dot. One of the newest members who you will see in many of these new IMV films is a man by the name of Danger, Charles Danger. Let me just explain. My best friend had a copy of Lunatics, gave it to his brother, went to our high school, which is Oak Hall, and thought it was a good idea to give him an opportunity to watch Lunatics. When you were how old?
It's like 12.
And then another fine gentleman named Anthony Porter with the yellow Evo.
Dated my sister and then let me drive his Evo when I was like 12.
So this man grew up watching Jimmy Lowry doing massive burnouts and running from the police and God knows what else. You know, I told him that you or Conti or someone needs to actually call Lowry. Unless he comes in here in the Hellcat at 198. But after watching all that occurred, basically Chuck became one of the greatest reckless drivers on earth. And
I wouldn't suggest it. Growing up, idolizing Jimmy Lowry. 16 moving violations in 12 months at the age of 17 is pretty shitty. But thankfully for him, he was kind of my pseudo-attorney, guiding me through how to argue with hearing officers and things like that. So it's good.
yeah, you know, it's a bad year for me when I've had 2 tickets a year, and it's a good year for me when I've had 1 ticket a year. This guy had something like
16 citations
in 1 year.
Yeah, it was more than everybody.
So that's exponential excellence right there. It was truly incredible. We have the quiet one, of course, way in the back, Grant, who is still on the hunt for a new car. And Steve, our old friend Steve, who's actually very OG. These guys have been there at every single F&E that I've been a part of. I think almost every one of them. F&E, as you all know, is ferries and elixir, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fleeing and eluding. There have been multiple times where we've all had our run-ins with law enforcement, and these guys, there are a lot of people here who have all sort of stuck up for the time when, you know, Brown goes to jail. So I can't even remember the number of times we've been in other people's cars and we've had incidents. But I mean, the statute of limitations is way over, like way over. Yes, Jeff, you, Wes, and I think the Devlins know about that. Go ahead. Real quick.
Going out to Gainesville racing road course at 3 o'clock in the morning, finding the gate open, and yourself to the track.
Yeah, that ended with us all being trespassed.
The cowboy hat.
Somebody ran through the field and got picked up like 4 hours later.
Mike Pittman.
Was it? Yeah, that's right.
Mike Pittman ran on foot through cow shit and escaped on the side of the road from ASO. It's incredible.
What you guys did? You assholes sold me out.
We were there for only about 20 minutes. There was an NHRA event, I think, going on in the background. They let the gate open. So we have a lot of newbies. Bueno and Kirby and Kevin. Oh, and Brandon, these guys. So these are some awesome people right here. These are like the new, kind of generation. These are the new generation. These are the middle generation. Bueno has himself a beautiful silver Supra.
Yes, sir.
Kirby, what do you have?
Silver S2000.
Pretty damn fast.
Pretty quick.
And how many of you remember Kevin? GMCA.
I do. He just finished my car today. So. That's what's on a trailer.
Kevin currently lives the dream by running KSR, Kevin Smith Racing Fabrication. So, I mean, he builds real race car shit. Drift cars, drag cars, pretty much whatever.
Supras now.
Exactly.
Not just that last stuff.
Yep. And he has a dyno. So he is, there are actually technically 2, 3 dynos in town, but only one that...
Well, we've got 2 at my place now, but Zach working there, so we got the dyno dynamics and the dyno jet. So.
Okay. But yeah, he's basically a great person to go to for whatever you need car related. And who else? These guys, Jesse, brand new. I love this guy. He's DTR all the time. There are a few people, who are always DTR. Unfortunately, T-Money couldn't be here. But this guy kind of looks like T-Money. He's got a Dart Challenger over there, and he is always DTR. He's always down to race no matter what. So it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. One thing Corey could have been here. Drew. Some people say they don't remember Drew. Paul, Drew had a BMW that now David owns. But I went with. And you probably came around 2000.
Yeah.
Right?
Just like this.
Yeah.
It just goes like this.
And it just moves from car to car. The first year that I went to the shootout, that I think we all went to the shootout, I told Brian, make sure nothing crazy happens that I'm leaving. And I got a call later on that I hear that there was a run through hail, which you would love, because Chuck loves hail. But not the curbs. I'm not putting Drew on blast here, but I got a call hearing that there was an incident in Hale Plantation, and did the cops show up, or it was in a whole ordeal in the middle of Hale. And I'm in Ohio in the cornfields. I'm like, WTF, man? What happened? I leave and all hell breaks loose. But since then, there have been multiple high speed drives on Avenue G. One of the shittiest roads in North Carolina. And he's always been leading. And now he's pretty much part of the giant tilt car team, which pretty much dominates racing all over, the U.S. Champ car, yeah. It used to be called Chump car. Now it's Champ car. They built the car themselves at KSR. Of 4 or 5 of those guys, and it's all that street training that all these guys did before going to the track. They were able to apply what they learned on the street and the track. Is anybody else here? Ryan, Matt, Weasel, anybody else?
In the middle, where it splits again, I'm right in the
anybody else?
Eli. We're actually in the back of the
To the God be the glory. Who remembers that? Eli. I wish we had pictured that during one of our Ocala events. BJ, you remember the acid, right? The high pressurized acid. We went to Ocala one time, and there was a sign surrounding one of the, high pressure water mains in the Ocala Motor Speedway. And he had a fantastic, beautiful tank slap for the red S13 and went directly to the infield and crashed directly into God. Just right into the God before him. And it was spectacular. And then he ended up on a teetering.
Yeah, high centered on top of the
well with a bunch of wood planks and panels. And we had to push his car off there. And DJ and I were in the front, walked across this pallet. And once the car moved the pallet, the pallet bells racing stuff, just like executed a high pressure water line. Just like cut it in half. And it literally exploded. And for some god awful reason, DJ and I at that age thought it was high pressure acid. And we just left at full speed away from there thinking we were gonna die. And eventually it just flooded the entire well and then it got shut off.
I still have the bent tie rod from that in my toolbox with the little price tag on it. It says the price of glory.
The price of glory.
Oh, you were giving Leland the ride then, right?
Huh?
You're giving Leland the ride.
Yeah.
I promise you it wasn't worth it.
You remember the really fast from I-75 from the mini bars to right here.
Oh, that's right. I don't know where Jeff
He's watching.
Jeff Hines is watching?
Yeah, he actually said GP Pines.
Jeff Hines is recommending that we go to GP Pines. Jeff Hines, get your ass out here because this is too badass. We need a little Acura. Well, no, we need an Acura. You can all see it on the IMV channel. So real quick, one of the first series of 2 or 3 times that we did one of the more illegal, I did one of the more illegal things, was actually coordinate a point-to-point rally in Gainesville for cash. That's really illegal. Well, like 5 people won it, including I think Ryan might have even come in first place too. What's that? Yeah, there were some red lights being run and God knows what. We took up a collection, and back then we would do anything for $1. Literally, we have watched RoboCop way too much. Don't buy that for $1. Yeah. But we took up a collection. It was like $70 or $80, and we said the first person to basically go to. No, we drove to Cafe Risque.
It was the 441 to Cafe, and then Cafe to Ale House.
And when we were there at Cafe, we just decided, hell it, fuck it, let's just
send it.
First person back. We were sending it before fucking Entice were sending it. It was great. We just decided to like haul ass from Cafe Risque, and the first person here would get basically the whole prize. And of all people, this guy Drew Mary in a Crown Vic.
No, we were in. It was a Cop Impala.
Okay, Cop Impala, that's right.
We had to tell people it's not a cop, and it pinned at 124, and he just pegged it.
It's like the Buick. And I would no, that's faster than the Buick.
We got third.
It was like, what,
It was an official third.
Yeah, it's true. It was an official third, and Ryan had the Avenger. And I was in Lowry's Blue Cobra, the famous Sonic Blue Cobra.
And you passed us on the shoulder at like 150.
155. It wouldn't go any faster.
And it just...
And Anthony Porter was also there with Evo. Well, we all blew the light over there and pulled in here, and there was like a massive 3-way tie. And somehow we just decided to divvy up the cash.
And Porter's Evo's turbo was bright orange, just glowing.
And then we started doing it in a worse manner. We started just offering this to people at like Wendy's. we really got tired of all the Le Mans viewings that didn't have the Le Mans start. So we decided to do our own Le Mans start. And what that entailed was standing. That's Mr. Sullivan right there. That is our favorite DUI motorsport enthusiast. He is the professional. I'm just going to let it all out. He is a professional drunk driver. He is great. Like we're talking fucking great. He came by me in the Perkins turn lane at 110 one night, just like all over the place, and I was like, God damn, that guy, he's cracking open a Yingling and just taking it down. So anyway, in more of our reckless days, I think I upped the pot to like $100 or something, and we said, anyone, like you need to like stand behind this chain link fence, or chain link like divider, jump away from like Wendy's and haul ass to your car when you go 3, 2, 1, go. It's a miracle we didn't have a firearm out there to shoot it off. But they ran to their cars and they went, the first one, I think it was the first one to Micanopy?
No, that one was the one on 39.
Yeah, oh no, you're right.
Yeah,
that was the first one to 39, do the on and off ramp, and then come back. Well, where's Anthony Marston? He's not here. He's not here. So that guy almost won.
I know, what an idiot.
But Jimmy Lowry was on a red Ducati 1098 and was running pace to make sure everybody made the turn. He came back and pointed out this guy, Anthony Marston. He said, this guy driving that car. I've never seen a guy drive a 240 so hard. But unfortunately, he missed the braking zone and slid all the way past Wendy's. And Jeff Hines had cheated. He left like a minute early and just cut the median in a Trailblazer. And then was on the limiter at like 105 the whole way, and he's like, fuck my life. So he was out ahead, and then he lost it. And then I think at the end, Danny. Anybody know Danny Roberts? You all know Danny Roberts? He actually won in the Civic, in the hatch. He's the one who won. And I think we might have done it a third time, but by then it was just too stupid at that point. More so than the milk challenge. So it's Matt Ty's birthday today. He's a newbie. Happy birthday, Matt. Happy birthday. And to his left, our right, is Eric Conklin, prodigy drifter. You can see his handiwork in the parking lot over there. The sand is still black from the burnout marks, even though they've dug it up. Master drifter. This kid was like this tall when he first came out. And then Mark, sporting the R8 twin turbo. Want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
We're a parts distributor for the community with information and testing.
What's the name of your company? Real Straight in Sanford.
How about my turbo for you?
There you go.
Well, aren't we glad that that wasn't
He's
the final
currently
thing?
in a twin turbo AMS R8. Previously had a Supra. Made a video on that recently. And yeah. Can you even get audio? Can you get audio parts? Our lives are in danger right now.
I was waiting for me. That dude's a bit of an announcement.
Yeah. So, what else we got? Sky, Nyler. Nile and Skyler. Wow. What do you do, Skyler? Works on BMWs. Frankie! Good events, Frankie and William Bevan. What do you do, Frankie?
I organize car rallies, and not your average car rally. I try to get people to go and drive all back locals. Do a little bit more legal than I stuff, but like.
Okay. Close.
IMV at 10, so no.
No. Chuck and I at 10, so. But they're a lot of fun. However, how many of you remember the one ball? These rallies are actually pretty close to the one ball. They are a lot of fun. So, yeah. Right, Florida. So, I guess that's pretty much. Is anybody else here new? Want to say anything? Anybody? Nothing? Josh? I mean, just Josh, tell us a story. Tell us who you are, what you drive, what you used to drive, or what you still drive. Josh is a fellow vet owner. Band? He's the guy who's going to put the band back together first. He was part of the IR days. I won't get into it, but the IR days, who knows what IR is? If Lunatics 2 ever happened, there'd be a lot of IR footage with data acquisition. Yeah, with a lot of photographic content. IRs were closed down thanks to, I guess, vernacular. Exactly. The housing bubble. All these neighborhoods were built, and they never finished them, resulting in massively awesome road courses, which we mapped out. Literally, we had 3 or 4 people on Google Maps every day, including Corey, and we find these maps and we name them. And the most popular one, of course, being the boar, because the first day I was out there with Max, a gigantic woolly boar ran out in front of me at 10:10 in Jeddah. And I was like, is that a fucking Portuguese water dog? And he was like, no, that's a boar. I knew that because Grant's roommate used to have a Portuguese water dog. But they were called Big Boar International Raceway, Ross Perry International Raceway, Hawks Ridge. They're all over the place. That's right. Irish Acres, yep, Irish Acres was with
That's why I did the whole thing right now.
Anyway, those days are all long gone. That footage is somewhere in a vault. I'll have to find the key for it. And, yeah. Who knows where the key is? Does anybody know where the key to the footage vault is? No? Alright, I've got it. What? Yeah, I had to hide it. So then we do have a forum. It's pretty much dead because of Facebook. Thank you, social media. Wes, raise your hand, Wes. He was instrumental in bringing that forum back up online recently. I think we've pretty much got most of it. We've got a lot of Cars and Coffee people here. Like Scott, Holden, a lot of other people. But anyway, we've been doing this basically since '96, and people have come and gone. This is rolled out wires. About, I guess it, because they're going to move that place. Oh, Alex! Drifter, stars and flying. Step forward with you and Eric. You guys are, yeah. You guys are the drifters. These guys are actually professional drifters. They are very good.
I'm still waiting to get that guy.
Yeah, and again, you know, the guys that couldn't complete the Pete Chevron D1 championship, these guys complete. It was a simple test. Drift your car at the corner of Southwest 16th and Main Street. One simple drift. These guys would nail it over and over again. But the guys who never nailed the street drifts never went pro. Right? Right? See?
Everybody in Hawaii.
Practice on the street. Take it to track. Alright, anybody else want to say anything?
The different pieces.
Stickers? Yeah. INTMO.com still exists. IMVFilms.com obviously still exists. But if you have trouble getting on there, you can message me. We'll maybe try to work on it at some point and fix that. But we obviously have Facebook. And, yeah, we've been. Oh, Tom! You remember Tom? Mr. Estevez. Remember Tom with the RX-7?
Tom with the RX-7.
Yeah.
I do remember Tom.
He still had the RX-7. Old school guy right there. So anyway, Andy, you guys, we've got a good group here. If we were to plot the course of INTMO, it was like 96, 97. By the way, Alan Cross does well. Dr. Cross. It kind of peaked, I'd say, in like 2006 when the 4 GTs came out. That one event that we had at the track with all the 4 GTs and everybody else's car. And then after that, you know, we started to get a little insane. I bought a house, big mistake. By the way, do not buy a house. Buy a Ford GT, and it will appreciate in value more than your home. Word of advice. You know what it is with contractors? Yeah, buy a car and live in it. Unless you're buying a house that's made of brick for your grandchildren, you're buying a C-spot. So with that being said, I did sell the black car, as you know, in 2012, in case anybody didn't know that. Thankfully, our good friend VJ did buy it. He's recently bought a Supra from TRC. You all know TRC, right? That racing channel? VJ bought that car. And then there's a Viper story to be told, which he will tell, and in due time. But for now, I'm glad to see you use that car. I'm glad to see there's some people who are into cars. And yeah, I don't know where we're going to really meet after this, but I'm open to ideas. I'm open to ideas. Anyway, I know the other guy. Just so you know, I don't really know what I don't know what I'm doing lately. I'm doing like a bunch of legal shit. I'm like professional plaintiff. That's what I do nowadays. I have a weak-ass YouTube channel. It sucks. I keep trying to beat algorithms and fail at that. But anyway, if you guys have any ideas for anything at all, you're welcome to shout them out now. Eating. Mr. Weasel recommends eating. So I highly recommend the Cajun chicken pasta, the Zingers, Zinger Mountain Melt, and the Captain Jack's Berry Treasure. So have we covered everybody? We done with everybody? All right. I appreciate you all coming out here. Yeah. I was here fairly quickly.
Hell is frozen over.
I think Kelly sent me death threats. Where's she at? You're good. I like your death threats.
It's good.
Oh, he's right. Is anybody's car? See a badass car?
Brian and I are pushing that thing, and all of a sudden I see blue lights going out the window. I'm like, oh,
What do you do? We're not stealing your car. We're abandoning it. We're giving it back mine, right? I'm happy with that.
I've been looking at the C2s, the first gen.
One guy was keeping the rack cocked a little bit too much to the left and going to the right.
It's not going to do that. Maybe. I mean, you can probably, if you really want to.
And then he was saying, I haven't been rushing to take it apart because I don't want to start going in a wild
It's America right there. At 240. Still live?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna shut it down.
Yeah. That should be good. All right, I'll start. Thank you, IMV fans, for following.
Yeah, better.
One of the last car meets in this area.
I may just like end up trailing it to Jeff's shop and
finish this. A lot of good cars.
And then like,
did you walk around a little bit?
Yeah.
Simultaneous.
Yeah.
I'll do a real quick thing right here. We'll do the front. No, left light. Yeah. Who was asking about the Z? Did you?
Conti,
that's right. Where?
Holy shit. How are you?
By the way, this is the coolest former LEO in the world. Hey, we gotta respect everybody. And a turn lawyer. But it's just, this guy was the shit back in the day. Fastest shifted T56 on Earth. Yeah, absolutely. Auto BMW versus T56 Camaro on the prairie. Symphony.
Where did he go?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's over near the Camaro.
Yeah, the Miami dealer wanted 41.5 and it didn't have the PDR, which is the performance data recorder.
Right.
I really like that feature.
Yeah.
Like you put the SD card in it and it videotapes and everything. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah. It's freaking sweet.
Yeah. You can overlay like whatever data you want on it.
Yeah.
Track map, etc. Lap times.
So what did you end up getting this before?
This was 43 out the door.
Good turnout?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I thought it was decent. I think the sticker on it's like pretty good. It's a wrap.
Really old.
I kind of like it though, I think. Since it's what came in the car. Although I don't like the fact that that and that don't match. So I'm a little bit like, I don't quite understand why they go that way. That matches that.
I would say the sticker matches to me, right?
Yes, I'm not sure. I'm going to like ask Dr. Beasley, Cody.
They make a specific.
Yeah, so I may have to get that. Because I'll probably want to coat this because like you can like.
Is it wrapped?
Right, I don't even know what the word is. Yes, paints. How much wrap? This is detailed for the teeth. Yep. Yeah. And they even rubbed the lip for me. They say that back there.
Typical deal. I know exactly.
Oh yeah?
I'm still live.
Are you still live? Okay.
Yeah.
Here, let's go to Paul.
Okay.
So this is Mr. Estevez. Mr. And this is the reason why we have this high car music. And as you heard in the circle,
Thank God for ER and George Clooney. That's all I have to say.
And thank God for Sherry for loving those and the love of cars too.
Yeah. If you needed something else.
Yes, that's Michael Reynolds. Yeah, it's very, so we are going to probably sign off here soon and go get something to eat. But we can do the live stream. So, thank this guy.
Right. Look at this. It's cool. Look at that. It's amazing.
Fantastic.
All right. I don't actually know how to stop it. This.
Hey, thanks for videoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.